Hey guys, it's Gameface and welcome back to episode 7 of my Leicester City career mode. Now today, we've got some more Premier League games to play. Now for those of you who didn't see the previous episode, I changed the difficulty to World Class now, so it's a bit more tricky in-game for me. And we won against Everton in the Cup, and we also beat Arsenal as well in the league. So we beat Everton 2-1 and Arsenal 1-0, so very good performances and a good result obviously in both those games. But let's move on to today's episode, and before I get into it, if we could hit 25 likes on this episode, I'd really appreciate it. And if you could also go subscribe as well if you haven't already, that'd be absolutely fantastic. So let's move on to player development and try and develop some of our younger players. We'll go the exact same 5 I've been doing for the past few weeks now, in the hope that we can finally get a couple of them up in overall. As you can see there, Ikazel has gone up to a 76 overall, and so has, I've got another player going up as well, Dragowski, who's gone up to 72 overall. So decent growth for those two, and I think in the next few years they're going to be very good for us. In today's episodes though, the games I've got to play aren't actually as crucial as the Everton and Arsenal game, as you can see there, that we played in the last episode. I've got Norwich, Southampton and Crystal Palace as my next 3 games. Now, obviously they're not going to be easy, any of those games. We're going to have to try different tactics for probably all 3 of them, to be honest. But I am going to play this Norwich match because I like to play some of these slightly less opponents, if you could say that. But I think, we can still get ourselves a result here against Norwich. They might try and sit back and play for the point. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see how they play. We will sim up to the Norwich game, and I'll decide on the team tactics then. But before I move on to the team tactics, we do have a few emails to look at. Training injury, and that is Olowski, who's out with a head injury for 3 days. So I think he should be back by now, to be honest, because I don't know what date we're on exactly, but that was the 1st. So I think, what are we on currently? We'll be going on to the 3rd, so we might just have got back. He might actually miss this one, I'm not too sure. We'll have to wait and see. We've also got a monthly scouting update as well to have a little look at, which will be quite interesting to see. The French player, that first one that's come up there, not too interested in him. Jean-Louis Cornet, I don't know how you pronounce that one. Again, I'm going to reject him. We will, I think, sign this Jesse guy, just so I've got someone that I've actually taken from this. Same with Jerome. And we will reject this guy as well. Potential isn't quite good enough considering his age. Now let's move on to the Norwich game and decide on the team that I'll be playing. This is the team I'm going to be playing with. Now, sadly, we don't have our right back for this game, so I've had to bring in Delat. Our right back's still not back from his head injury, which is a bit of a strange one to be out for. So he misses a game because of the head injury, which isn't very realistic. And we've got Delat coming into the side. Other than that, though, it's pretty much the starting 11 you'd expect, to be honest. The strikers remain the same. I've not really made many changes. Gray stays into the side, down to the fact I just prefer having his pace rather than Albrighton, who lacks as much pace as Gray, but it's nice to just have someone really fast on that left-hand side. So that means Mark Albrighton doesn't actually get onto the bench either. He actually just stays there, so yeah, that's not too good for him, but he might eventually get into the side at some stage, but that's the bench I've gone with, and I think it's a pretty good side that I've got here. Basically, tactically, I've gone with, again, counter-attack. I'm kind of doing what Leicester are doing in real life, playing on the counter-attack, and also not really changing the tactics too much for each game. And yeah, let's go with this Norwich match and see how we do. Bearing in mind we're now world class and also half length of 5 minutes now. Here we go, tough game this one. That's the team that they've gone with. They've obviously got Naismith playing. Cameron Jerome as well also starts. Matt Jarvis, Redmond. They've also got Closer as well, the centre back there. So yeah, not a bad team actually, that Norwich one. I still think that we've got a good enough side to try and beat them, but the main thing to focus on here is doing plenty with the ball when we have it. Vardy now, he's won it back off the defender. Can he beat Ruddy with the shots off the post? And has he put that one out? Yes, he has. That's so annoying when that happens. Why don't they just leave it? Danny Drinkwater on the edge of the box. Oh, what a hit that is from Danny Drinkwater. Ruddy doesn't even move. 20th minute, and it's 1-0. We've not had too many chances. They've probably had a lot more of the possession, in fact, and they've probably been in our half a little bit more as well. But we've just capitalised on the fact that they've maybe chucked a couple too many players forward, and we've also taken into account the fact that they are just going to try and box us out of their half. So we're taking a couple of long shots, and that has definitely worked. Ruddy hasn't moved at all. Brilliant strike from Danny Drinkwater, and it's 1-0, 20 minutes in. Again, we're on the attack this time with Mahrez, going to cut back onto his left foot, try and find a good ball in. Trying to find, I think that's Drinkwater again in there, and it has gone out for a corner. Again, Mahrez will take this one into the box. Brilliant ball in, nearly finds Kante, And we've got another corner yet again. This is the sort of moment in the match where I like to have Traore on the pitch, but obviously I don't really like to start him due to the counter-attacking tactics. But it is nice to have a bit more height on the pitch at some point in this game. Oh, what a header from Cameron Jerome. And they have caught us in a bit of a difficult sort of situation in the middle of the box. I kind of messed up where all the players were positioned, and that's caused Cameron Jerome to have a great chance. And yeah, not good enough marking in the box, so it's now 1-1. And this certainly is going to make the game a little bit more interesting. They've just scored actually just before half-time, so it is now half-time. And I think we got to keep things exactly the same though, because we have actually played very well. Unlucky to concede there, but let's continue on with the exact same sort of formation and everything. And they have made one change on Graham Dorrans. Jamie Vardy's gone racing off with it. Brilliant run from him. Cuts back now onto his right foot. Oh, Kazaki's probably not going to quite get there. It has done. Off the post, I think it was. / bar. And another decent chance. And again, we've hit the woodwork. And we are looking a lot more threatening in the second half than we were in the first. We're also looking a little bit more fragile in defence. So this could be an interesting end to the game. I think it's time to make a couple of changes now. Even though Drinkwater's done a brilliant job, I am going to bring on Armati and take him off. And I'm also going to bring on Dyer as well and take off Andre Gray, but switch him and Mahrez round. Try and get Mahrez involved a little bit more. He hasn't been involved too much. And we're also going to take off Okazaki and bring on Traore, who was brilliant when he played for us in the previous episode. So that's going to be the aim. Basically, the reason why I've moved Mahrez over is because he's left-footed, so he's going to put more crosses in. Dyer's going to put more crosses on his right. So it just makes more tactical sense, I think. Hopefully, those 3 changes will make a big difference. Traore onto Dyer from their, I think, corner that they've just had. We've managed to counter-attack straight away, exactly what I wanted to do. Can it be a good ball into Traore? Off the post again. How many times are we going to hit the post? And another brilliant counter-attack. It didn't quite have the pace from the striker, but we certainly were looking for the cross in. And it certainly did work. We just didn't quite manage to get it in the back of the net, which is a bit of a worry with about, 25 minutes left now. Traore's got it back. Traore! Oh, straight to the keeper. 10 minutes left now. It looks like we might be going for a draw against Norwich. We've certainly done enough to get the win, so I'll be annoyed if it does happen. But that's just the way it is, sadly. It could have been worse, though. They have had a couple of decent chances, and that's an awful challenge, surely. The ref hasn't given it. And they go up the other end of the pitch and score 2-1. Brilliant ball to Cameron Jerome, to be fair, but wow. That should have been a foul for me on Kante. Brilliant ball over the top, and now they're winning 2-1. Not long left, we desperately need a goal. Fuchs going to look for a ball into Traore, and that's going to be it for the game. We've lost the match 2-1. That's really unfortunate. Didn't deserve to happen, but that's what happens on World Class. That was one of the reasons why I was reluctant to change it. But yeah, 2-1 loss to Norwich isn't a great start to this episode. And yeah, it wasn't good for us to come away with 0 points. Never mind going away without the 3. We've actually been 0 points rather than just getting the 1, which I suppose I would have been a little bit happy with. But we are now down to 7th place, and we're currently on the exact same points as sort of Man United, Arsenal, West Ham, so not too bad. And yeah, let's train some more players now. Exact same 5 players that we've done in the previous few weeks. And let's see how we're getting on. Ahmad's gone up to 72, which is good. His dribbling went up, and Kante's agility went up, but that did not affect his overall. We've got another monthly scouting update, actually. We've done that much simming of the days in this episode. And we are, again, just going to reject that player. In fact, these are Spanish players thinking about it, so that's the reason why we've got another one in. But we aren't going to accept this guy. Salomon Bustos, I think is how I pronounce his name, and again he does look like a pretty good player, so we'll add him into our youth academy. And going against Southampton now, so we're going to pretty much keep the team roughly the same. I'll change 1 or 2 players, and I'll be back in a second once I've done that. This is the team that I've gone with. It's pretty much exactly the same, except Alkowski has come in at right back and he's obviously replaced Dilat that we had at right back beforehand. And Albrighton replaces Mahrez, who I thought had a pretty poor game, to be honest, against Norwich. So that's the reason why I've done that. And yeah, other than that, the rest of the team stays the same. That's the bench I've gone with. Camarasa gets dropped completely from the first team squad. And yeah, let's go with this game now against Southampton. Here we go, big game at St Mary's. It looks like that Pella and Charlie Austin both start for them in this game, so it could be an interesting match, this one. It's going to be tough. They like to keep the ball, Southampton obviously as well, so it's not going to be an easy game, this one at all for us. Probably even more difficult than Norwich. Oh, he's just been passed straight to Jamie Vardy. Cedric's given us a great chance, and Jamie Vardy finishes it off. Wow, that's the sort of thing you have to pounce on. We certainly did with that one. Awful touch from Cedric straight into the path of Jamie Vardy. And it's 1-0, 30 minutes in. Look at this for a bad touch. Brilliant pressing though from Jamie Vardy, high up the pitch. And he slots it home 1-0. And that is it for the first half. Still in the game 1-0. This is actually quite an interesting match because I think they're playing 5 at the back. I think it's a 5-3-2 that Southampton are playing. So we are struggling a little bit more to break them down. We obviously got a great chance to score from them. We took it. But we are definitely going to have to use the wide areas of the pitch a bit more often because they do lack the width. Their only width is the fullbacks. So we're going to take off Mark Albrighton, who I think's had an alright game, to be honest. So it's a little bit harsh on him. But we are going to bring on Dyer, who's going to give us a bit more pace, a bit more width as well, down to that pace. So we are going to leave Mahrez off the field for now. And I think we'll also bring on Ikazel as well, someone I'm tempted to bring on. But also Traore at some stage to try and wrestle with the defenders a little bit. I think Ikazel's going to actually come on now, and we'll bring off Okazaki, and we'll leave the rest of the team exactly the same. Okay, we're going to make the final change of this game. We're going to take off Jamie Vardy. We're actually going to bring on another midfielder. We're going to bring on Armati. It's tempting to bring on Traore, but I think just the way that the game's going at the moment, it's best to bring on another midfielder. Hopefully Armati's just going to kind of secure us a little bit in that sort of CDM role and try and improve us through the middle. Let's see how that goes for the last 20 minutes. Oh, what's a poor challenge. And it's a penalty. Oh, wow. Robert Huth, 79th minute. I thought I was just going to get the ball. He fired over as well. It's a red card to make it even worse. 10 minutes left and I need to save this penalty now. Not the greatest of challenges. I think it was going over as well. That's the annoying thing. Charlie Austin to step up and take it. And he's gone on to the left-hand side. I was trying to dive right, but it didn't let me. 1-1, and again we've conceded. Not good enough for us at all, especially now that the change is going to be made as well. So basically what I'm going to do now is... Oh, wait, Vardy's not even gone off, he's playing CDM. So what I'm going to do is bring on Armati still, but just basically do that and play with one striker now. Oh no, it's 2-1. Oh, we've thrown it away. 4 minutes left. We're actually just going to quickly see whether I can make the change. Yeah, I still can. So we're going to bring on Traore instead. Or do I leave Jamie Vardy on? It's a tough one. I'm going to actually leave Jamie Vardy on. I know it's a bit of a weird one, this. And we're actually just going to... Oh, can I still... Yeah, I still can bring him on. Oh, back in a second once I've decided what I'm doing for the last 4 minutes. Okay, this is what I'm doing. So I'm pushing everyone forward, trying to get as many players up as possible. And we also have to change the tactics as well, so it's going to be high pressure to try and win back the ball, I think. It's going to be tough now, not long left, but we need to seriously try and get a goal straight away. And we've lost the game 2-1. Disappointing, that was completely my fault for getting a player sent off. And yeah, let's just forget about those last 2 games. Sadly, we are going to have to end it on a bit of a bad note there, losing 2 games from the last 2 matches. So we've lost 3 already this season. And we are in 7th place still, so luckily we've not dropped down too much. But yeah, we are starting to now get further away from the top of the league, which is 10 points. Chelsea up there have only lost once and they've won the other 8 games. So very disappointing, but we'll get back on track with the next game, I believe, which will probably, to be honest, sim against Crystal Palace. It's at home. Then we've got a league game in the Capital One Cup against West Brom, and then we've got them in the league as well. So yeah, we've got a few games there which are winnable. Even the Watford and Newcastle ones are winnable as well, so we should really pick up a lot of points from that, and yeah, a bit disappointed with those last 2 results. But that is it for this episode, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you do enjoy this, then please hit the thumbs up button, and also go ahead and subscribe as well. It'd be absolutely fantastic, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.